Okay, welcome to the Lobo podcast. Today we have Janice Rodriguez, not Janice Rodriguez. She's a comedian, producer. She produces Las Locas Comedy. They actually have a show coming to District in Wicker Park on 6/19. Actually, KB Marion for episode 19 of Lobo podcast is going to be on it. We'll talk about crazy white women, how I got with my girl, Mexicans in Rockford, or Mexican Rockford, Belvedere. And I get into my techniques when I was single and how I got with my girl using my techniques. We also get into guns, producing shows, being a women in comedy, recorded at James Webb, People of Comedy Studio. Hit them up if you want to do a podcast. And also, she was on my Scott Monday show. The one, it's tomorrow, but it's sold out. But every first Monday of the month at Zany's Old Town, hit me up. Come, they're really fun shows. Also, please subscribe to the Patreon. Check out her show at District and check out Las Locas Comedies. Okay, Janice Rodriguez, Lobo Den. Okay, welcome to Lobo Den Podcast. I'm your guest, Giovanni Diaz. To my left is James Webb from the People of Comedy Studio. Hello, James.
Hello, Giovanni.
Nice to see you again. We just recorded.
We did
20 minutes ago.
Literally, just now.
With a Puerto Rican, right?
God
with
forbid.
a Puerto Rican, right? And across from me, we have Janice Rodriguez, right?
Another Puerto Rican.
I forgot. Are you full Puerto Rican? I asked you this like last week.
Yeah, too.
I asked you this like every time I see you.
I feel like I should be wearing a Puerto Rican flag shirt, just repping Boricua. Yes.
So you're 100% Puerto Rican.
Yes,
Janice
100%.
Rodriguez with an R.
With an R.
Wait, a
As
Z. I
opposed
meant
to
a
an
Z. I meant Z.
Rodriguez. That's the traditional spelling.
I meant with a C.
Yeah.
So before, I'm not going to go into any detail, but basically before the podcast started, we debriefed you on crazy people, right?
Yeah.
There's crazy people, right? And I have you see, you have your husband's white,
Yeah.
right? You know what I mean?
He's of the white Caucasian persuasion.
Yeah, he's the Caucasian persuasion. And I feel white men are fine, right?
Are they, James? As we all look at James.
I like
Well,
James.
yeah.
They're not bad compared to...
Some of them are pretty good.
Yeah. I like white men. That sounded sexual,
Lobo
right?
10, it did.
That sounded sexual.
Because you got all
right?
whispery, too.
No, I'm not into... Somebody asked me once, they're like, would you let a guy eat your ass?
Jeez.
And I was like, this is my girlfriend. And I was like, wait, what?
What?
The fuck are you talking
You
about?
just skipped a bunch of other stuff.
Oh, just
Yeah,
get
but
ready
we went
for
straight to
lots
the
of
ass.
that.
Yeah.
That's going to happen a lot in this show.
I think I have ADHD. I went to the doctor today, and she told me. She didn't tell me, right? I went for other stuff. I've been stressing out, right? And I had light anxiety, so I went for that. I have a DVD at Septum. I want to get looked at. There was like a bunch of things I wanted to knock out on my list, right? And one of the things at the end, I didn't want to say it. I want to be like, people tell me I have ADHD, but I never want to do it or bring it up at the doctor because I always feel like in my head, they think I'm just trying to get drugs, right? So I've never brought it up, right? And finally at the end, she's like, is that it? And I was like, okay, over the years, people tell me I have ADHD. It's like, is there a study for that? And I bring it out at the end. And she's like, well, actually, she gave me a referral for, I think, a neuropsychologist to go get a study. But she was like, then she brought it. I didn't feel as bad. She's like, oh, actually, there's a bunch of things I noticed about you. Like when you came in, you asked me this, you cut me off, you blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, so you do have some of the symptoms. I was like, oh, okay, but, you do this study. So, wait, what? Oh, yeah, white people, right? White women.
I'm just looking right in his eyes. I'm like, where is this going?
What are you talking about? It's like you have a white husband, right? Okay.
Super
white women, though. So I have a rule, right?
No.
I don't date white women, right?
Like never?
No, I made a mistake on December. On December, is there a calendar? So December 12th was, let's look at December 12th, right? I made a mistake
2020?
on December 18th and 19th of 2020, right?
Okay.
Because December 12th, I went on my first date with my girlfriend, right?
Okay.
Next weekend, she had her son, right? So I was like, let me hang out with this other chick. That's where I was at the time, right?
Right.
I guess, I was...
Keeping it light.
That's what I was
gotcha.
doing, right? You know what I mean?
No judgment.
But what happened was that December 12th, I was hanging out with my girlfriend, but this white chick I was talking to, not a lady. She's not a lady.
You
She's
made her
not a
sound
lady.
real old.
Yeah, this grandmama.
I like him abuelita style.
They
but
weigh-
white.
Okay, but...
He's not against it. Continue. Sorry.
So then, this white chick I was supposed to hang out. I was actually going to hang out. My girlfriend knows it. I was going to hang out with her that night, and the other girl was also in Kenosha. and I was gonna knock. I was
Crossing
like,
state
I was
lines,
like, this.
baby.
But my girlfriend was in Kenosha, right?
Okay.
my busted Zadie's pen up. Mezcal Monday, 6/7, first Monday of the month. Zadie's Chicago.
Every first Monday. Go ahead.
First Monday of the month.
Look at me, I'm ruining everything.
So then that night they're both in Kenosha, so I was like, perfect. I can hang out with Jessica, my girlfriend now, and then afterwards I can probably hang out with this other girl. And my plan was
White lady.
hang out with Jessica.
Okay.
You know, proper date.
Hang out.
And then what's proper date?
Okay.
And my plan was hang out with Jessica, proper date. Then go drink with the other girl, smash. Was
Okay.
my plan at the time.
WLF,
right?
that's white lady friend. That's
White
what we're calling her.
WLF. Yeah, my wolf, right?
My wolf.
But then we went to get sushi, right? I grabbed her tit on the way back.
Wilf or Jessica?
Jessica.
Okay, cool. And you knew it was forever.
No, because we were driving, right? And it was kind of snowing, and there was a car that was like in the middle of the lane. I saw it last minute, so I had to just like go into the other lane real quick as I did. You know, I didn't stop short, the regular move, but I like grasp, and then she says big tits or boobs, right? Boobs, is that what's the woke term? Knockers,
Breastises.
right? Breastises. So she has these big, juicy knockers that I can't avoid. So I.
Is that really what happened? I just couldn't.
No, it did. It was like I stopped, and I happened to grab her breast because it's like I went for the biggest thing I could get a hold of, I guess.
Jesus.
And but it legit, like this car was in the middle of it. I saw it last minute and it was turned this way. There must have been a car accident because there was cops on the other side. And
Right.
we did see a cop who just got off the road. Like after we passed this, there was one cop. I don't know if it was the county or whatever, but he just got off the highway, and the exit started going the other way. Like he was going home, and I was like, "Did
you see this?
Somebody's dying.
This guy's in trouble. Yeah.
Yeah. So
He's dead.
So on the way back from that.
This is the best story.
On the way back, yeah, it was dark. I think they might have been dead, right?
And I just drove off. I grabbed a titty and then I just drove away.
It was snowing. I was like, whew. Other lane makes, there was nobody. So get to her place and we go and hang out at this place called Ron's, was her local watering hole.
Okay.
And we hang out more. And at that point, I was like, because we were supposed to hang out with the other, but we enjoyed our night, so it continued. We hung out more, so I didn't hang out with this crazy white chick. And I messaged her and I told her, hey, I got some with my mom. Always bring up family. I don't have kids, right? So I can bring in my niece. You know how like if you have a kid, oh, my kid's sick, can't, blah, blah, blah. That's the go-to. So I was like, oh, my mom, my niece. I use her for my excuses. I got to babysit because my sister.
18 different family members.
Yeah, I got to go take care of them, right?
Right now at this moment.
All right. So then that was Saturday, December 12th. December 13th, I went to Belvedere, Illinois.
Oh, no.
And I recorded a podcast with Daily Insomnia, these Mexican dudes who live in Belvedere, Illinois. Belvedere is just by Rockford, but it's like more Mexican. So I recorded a podcast. Basically,
it's Piedra Ford.
Yeah.
¿Cómo se dice? Yeah, go ahead.
They got the Chrysler plant. People work there. I did have sex with I did have sex with an old white lady.
Where is this going?
That I met at a Crane's Butter show.
Oh my God, dude.
Whose son and her worked at I think the son got her the job at the Chrysler plant. She moved now, but she was like in her 50s or 60s. Anyways.
So you do smash older.
At that point, yeah, she was there. It was an opportunity. And she couldn't have kids anymore, so I came in her. So anyways, it's December 13th. I'm recording the podcast. I don't drink before I do comedy. I don't know, do you drink or do you drink at all?
I like to have one. Yeah, I drink.
Wow. You animal.
I like to have one.
You monster.
Sparkling. Yeah, I do
a wine?
No. I should have said spritzer just to sound really pretentious. No, I do vodka soda.
Okay, vodka soda.
I do like a lime twist.
Oh, that's nice. That's low calorie. I like that.
Yeah, right. 4 points on Weight Watchers.
I used to do keto, so I would pay attention to that stuff. So December 13th.
Okay.
Right? No, Wolf.
In case you guys are going to see this, I'm taking notes because I feel like I have to build a timeline here. So just want to make
So now it's December 13th. I'm recording the podcast with these gentlemen, and they always drink.
Mexicans in Belvedere.
Yeah, the Mexicans. And they always drink before their podcast. And I'm like, it's their podcast, so I'm like, all right, whatever, I'll have a drink.
Mm-hmm.
And they had maybe we have a shot first, and I have a drink, and I'm kind of a little bit buzzed, and I'm not used to this, so maybe I opened up more than I had to. And they're like, they bring up, I was like, oh, I went on a date yesterday. I was like, you know what? I was like, when did this come out? Tomorrow? Okay, I probably shouldn't talk about this. Whatever, I talk about it. So I basically say I hung out with this girl. I was supposed to hang out with this other girl too, but I blew her off because I like this other girl, and I think I really like this girl. All right, which is now my girlfriend, Jessica. Actually, they just came out to Mezcal Monday. Those guys from Belvedere came out to the show.
Right.
And they met my girlfriend, full circle.
You guys took a picture. I saw that.
Yes, Simon.
Simon.
So then...
Wait.
So then And I think it's okay to talk about this, right? And if you hear this now, like, hey, no disrespect to you because you told me not to talk about it, the white chick. Fuck, I probably shouldn't. But anyways, I'm guessing at this point she stopped listening to my podcast. There's no way she's still listening, right? The
she
white lady.
Probably is, yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to call her crazy anymore.
Okay,
lovely white lady. Chick, right? I'm sure, wish her the best. So then she messaged me. She's like, "Oh, so you dissed me and took another girl on a proper date?" And then I was like, "Oh, kind of, right?" That's exactly what happened.
What's my way out here?
And then she's like, "I don't care. I just don't want you to waste my time." And I was like, oh, "Okay, my bad." Blah blah blah. So we ended up hanging out next weekend because my girlfriend had her son next weekend.
18th and 19th.
So my girlfriend at the time,
I need accurate dates here,
had her son. She couldn't hang out next weekend, so I was like, "All right, let me hang out with this one." Because in my head it was like, "Dude, I'm gonna get laid," because she's coming after me. Like she already knows that I dissed her. Now I think I'm like a challenger, or it's a revenge thing.
Thank
right?
you.
Either way, I'm down.
Remind me of. Sorry, I haven't been single in so long. Tell me more about your crazy ways. Okay.
Would you want me to remind
Revenge exercise. When you used to get back at people using sex. Ah, fun times.
So then,
sorry, I'm in deep thought.
My cousin DM'd me once. She's like, "Hey, can you fuck this girl?"
What?
Oh my god, dude.
My cousin DM'd me. She sent me her Instagram. She's like, "Can you fuck this girl and record it?" Because I think she fucked her whatever man, but she wanted to be recorded to send it to her, either baby daddy or man. And I was like,
seems really illegal right now.
All I heard was, "Fuck this girl," and I went to the She was thick, and I was like, "Add whatever," and I was like, probably wasn't gonna do all the other stuff, but I was like, I want to try to smash. So then, I was like,
okay, then take me through this trying to smash. Like, what did the kids do today? Did you slide up in the DMs?
So that's what I do. My dating app of choice
used to do.
Was Facebook. Yeah, that's what I used to do. No, I have nothing to hide. I'm very honest. Like, no, I'm very open and honest now. We're in a relationship. I was almost there up until a week ago, but then there's some stuff that I finally like. I had things that I didn't tell my girlfriend that I finally did. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I'm glad because it's like when it happened, like I realized something. I won't go into the deal, but I was like, oh fuck, I should probably tell her this, and I didn't. I was like, I wait for the moment, and finally I did. Okay. Right, but now it's like I'm very open. Like the other day, I found some pictures of. Remember Deadass?
Yes, I remember Deadass.
So I have another phone. My friend was going to buy an iPhone, and I went and I had pictures because what the Snapchat. What I would do is I have another phone, right? And girls send you Snapchats, but you can't screenshot it because it'll tell them. So you use your second phone to take pictures of it, right? So I had a picture.
What the fuck?
Do you have a Snapchat?
Old married ladies don't have Snapchat.
Okay. So
only OnlyFans. Thank you. Hit me up. You want to see these big toes? All right, sorry.
BTs. Let me see them BTs, girl. BT's a strip club I used to do stuff at in South Miami. Anyways, allegedly.
We're so over the place. So Snapchat, but then I want to go back to the. Wait, no, I don't want to go back because that was illegal. Recording people against their will. Let's not go.
I never did it, right?
Of course, I hope.
No, I don't think I wouldn't do it against their will. That I'd feel bad about that. I'd be like, hey, let's record. And then, but I'm not gonna do that. It was more like, what happened? In my head, it's like my cousin sent me a lead, right? Like in sales. I was like, I like this lead.
I need you to close this deal, bro.
Yeah. I was like, all right, I'll do it. I'll take on this account.
Challenge.
I'll take this account out.
What's the commission, bro?
But you were asking me like the dating, how it works. Like I don't know how it works for other people. For me, my app right of choice was social media, right? The apps like the Tinder and stuff, like that's. Oh, I was saying about Deadass, right? I looked at the phone. There was a picture of Deadass and some messages of her. This is a girl I was sleeping with, and she was kind of young. I mean, no, she was like, jeez, she was above. She was 21, which is young for me, fine, right? And I was like, it's still gross to me. Like to 20,
is it gross?
Even now, like I'm 36, I'm gonna be 37 on Saturday, and then. Even like now, I think 25 is my like limit now. Okay. Maybe at that point, it feels weird for me. I don't know. I'm no what is it, Matthew Broderick, right? On Rhea, is that the guy?
I don't know.
But who's not Chandler?
It was Chandler.
That man on Araya with that white. Yeah. People don't know he was like on some app.
Yeah.
And some girl, and they were talking to this girl, and this girl's like, oh. App, what the fuck? And I was like, but
she's
you,
like 19,
you're
right?
on the app. Yeah, she's 19. It's like whatever. It's gross to
Perry,
me.
thank you.
But it was more weird to me. She was like, I don't know what she was doing. She was like, "This is gross," but like you were talking to him, you engaged,
And
you
it
match
never
with,
got
you match,
sexual- yeah.
and you match with
I
him.
saw
So what are
that
you
whole
doing?
thing.
Like
Never-
maybe don't match with the guy then if you're just gonna burn him. But anyways, cunt. So then,
This is a very feminist podcast, by the way.
the feminist. I'm gonna change it to the feminist den, the feminist Lobo den hour, right? It's a feminist den. So, the dead ass, right? So there was.
Wait. I need some background on dead ass.
So dead ass, I met on Tinder, right?
Okay.
I met on Tinder.
I'm so afraid to ask James. I
She
don't know.
came. She came to my. She was younger. We
He'll
hung
tell
out.
you.
Yeah, I'll tell you. We hung out. We had sex.
Consensual sexual relations.
We had sex, and then in the morning, either the
She stayed over?
I drink. This is the time when
Okay.
I would have like not sex parties, but I'd basically do drugs allegedly. Let's not do drugs. I would indulge in things, including
Various-
alcohol, and then have sex for a while. And I'd drink, so I'd fall asleep, and then either I'd give him a ride in the morning or send him an Uber, depending on who it was, right? Or sometimes there's one girl. It'd be in the middle of the night. I'd have to give her a ride, which sucks. Because that's at that point her kids would call like at 2 and they were like, "Mom, come home," and I was like, "Damn it," because it's like I don't want to drink and drive, but it's like their mama got to go home somehow, right? And I tried to send her an Uber and she was like, no, and I was like, all right, I'll drive you home. But my car helps, like drives, it has an auto drive thing, so it helps. I can drive. It drives by itself most of the way in the auto setting, so that helps,
Jesus
right?
Christ.
So I don't have to drive for the most part, right? The car drives
I don't
itself.
think that's how that works, but okay.
But the car drives itself, right? It does.
I'm winking
I
at
have a
you.
Tesla. I don't want to say it on there. It feels pretentious,
Yes.
but I have a Tesla, and it drives itself for the most part. So, anyways,
Okay. I also love that you call it Tesla. It's very like Latino.
I hate saying it. I feel like a douche when I say it. But it's a whole other thing. So, dead ass. And then what happened was dead ass in the morning.
Okay.
Her phrase was, she was like, man, she either said, damn, my pussy hurt, dead ass, or you hit that pussy so hard. Like something either dead ass, my pussy hurts, or my pussy hurts dead ass, right?
Right.
And then when I heard that phrase, that's when I realized like, nah, I shouldn't be sleeping with this chick. This chick's she's a whole different like world. Her
She
language,
from New Jersey?
North
That's a very-
Chicago.
What? That's a very like East Coast thing.
Yeah, dead ass. Yeah,
Dead ass,
Because like
like-
one of the other phrases she said to me one time we were driving, she's like, "Yeah, I'd be like, oh man, I love racing. Something about racing, and it's like all this language and things. It's like the lingo that was like, no.
What are you like a chola from?
It was like it was.
You're
It's
a
not
New
for
Jersey
me.
chola who does car racing.
Yeah,
It's like the episode of Fast and the Furioso.
yeah.
I'm so confused.
And yeah, I was very confused. I was like, I should. And I was like, you know what? This is no. I'm not gonna do this. Oh, I gotta still give away the makeup challenge because I did buy her some makeup thing. Anyways, so I gotta give it away to people. I have it at the house.
Dead ass is killing me right
So then I saw the pictures of dead. It was a picture of dead ass, like a
Okay.
nude picture of dead ass. She sent me, and there were some messages about me having sex with her and eating her vagina or something. And I saw them, right? And I deleted them. But now anything like that,
I looked
anything
at
where,
him one more time.
where-
Then I deleted him.
anything where I feel a little bit like, would Jessica want me to know or guilty? Now I just tell her. So I'm like, hey, I'm just letting you know because what happened? We got into a fight because a few weeks ago she found a picture in my deleted folder of this girl that I deleted because I screenshotted it to show because the story of my friends. It wasn't a sexual thing, but I screenshotted the picture because my friend wanted to see how she looked, and so I went to her social media, screenshotted it, and then I deleted it. And she's like, look, I'm not mad that. The thing is, like, when you don't tell me you delete it, now I'm thinking, what else are you hiding from me? You know what I mean? So we got into this kind of whole thing, and I was like, all right, so it's like it's done. So like I saw the pictures of dead ass. I told her, hey, by the way, I saw these pictures of girl dead ass because she knows about dead ass, and I found them, I deleted them. It's like, oh, okay, all right, and that's so we're at that place where it's like I don't hide anything anyways, but so now it's December 13th, right? So I'm recording.
We're coming
With
back
the
full
Mexicans.
circle.
So yeah, we're right. I'm recording with the Mexicans, right, in Belvedere.
In Belvedere.
What'd you call them? I forgot.
Piedra Rockford.
Piedra
De
Rockford.
Ford. Piedra de Ford. Piedra Stone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I recorded with them.
Mm-hmm.
The white chick hits me up to hang out.
Wilf.
I hang out with the white chick on a Friday, right?
Right.
I tell the white chick about a certain lifestyle I had at the time
Okay.
that involved indulging in things more than alcohol, right?
Okay.
And not weed. So we hung out that Friday. Nothing happened. We hung out again Saturday, right? And now Saturday, I'm like, I'm feeling good. I think it's gonna happen, right? It's
With
gonna happen.
Wilf.
Yeah, with Wilf, it's
Okay.
gonna happen. At the end of the night, I'm walking to her car. She was like, I can't believe you. How could you disrespected me in front of my family because they're with her sister. And I was like, huh? What happened? She's like, well, my sister said you were going to the bathroom. Why were you going to the bathroom? I was like, well, I was going to the bathroom to do that thing I told you yesterday that I do, right? This indulging thing, right? And then this activity. And then she was like, and I told her the day before because she asked me how often to do it. I was like a few times during the week and on the weekends at the time. I don't do that anymore, and allegedly, but I never did actually. Wink, wink. So, so then I and I tell her, she's like, no, I'm an amazing person. Something like I could have been the best thing ever happened to you. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, I'm freaking out. She's like, you lucky I don't punch you in the face. And I was like, okay. And then I leave. Right, go home. And she sent me these messages like, you better not talk about me in your prospect. I'll ruin your life, right? And I was like, nobody disrespectful. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to disrespect you in any way. I wish you the best. And eventually, a few days later, she messaged me, hey, I usually don't get that like that. I'm sorry, blah, blah. And then at that point, because I remember, man, she had blue eyes, right? Very vivid, like, and I remember I was drinking. I was a little bit buzzed, and I saw her blue eyes. I was like, man, this is kind of cool. I was never with a chick with blue eyes like that. So then I was like, this is kind of cool. And I was like, I called my friend he was into white chicks, right? And I was like, man.
What is blue? Does it have magical powers?
Yeah. Because I'm drunk or whatever. Right. I'm like looking. I was like, man, they're like bright. And I've never seen eyes like that before. Like very, like deep. And I was like, so I called my friend. I was like, man, I'm into these white chick thing. White. And I was like, he's like, I'm glad you came around. I'm telling you, white women, woo, that's where it's at. 2 hours. Now I'm the drive home. I call. I was like, never again. I was like, never again. And like that, I was like, I'm done. But then a week later, me and Jessica hung out on Monday. And then actually, I was just looking this up on the way up here. I was talking to her. And then on the 23rd, Christmas Eve, I recorded here with Vince because I saw her Monday. I recorded with Vince Acevedo here. And then I went to her house that day. And I think from that day, we kind of basically hung out every day. And then I think we started dating like a week afterwards. But you asked me, right?
I did.
You asked me how do I date, right? Social media, right? Like I don't use the apps. I don't know. How did you date? How did you I'll tell you how I date.
80s. What are you talking about? You really want
the high socks. You met at one of those places where you burned it. What is it? What's that phrase with what's her name? Olivia Newton-John.
I'm not that old, but damn.
Take it to the limit.
Arab aerobics. Let's get physical.
Yeah, you're like, let's get physical.
Yeah, I met him at the Women's Workout World. That's what happened. In '84, I was 5.
He was the janitor.
He was the janitor. Really, he is older than me. That's so creepy. No, I mean, I'm old school, like booty call. You had to actually call. Like I'm pre-cell phone. I remember dating before cell phones. Yeah, I'm 5 years older than 6. I'm about 6 years older than you.
Okay, so when I was in high school, I would call girls, and like their dad would pick up,
right?
And then
like the house phone and shit.
Can I talk to Joanna? That's a real name. And then nothing happened with us,
right?
Or whatever. But I remember this little short guy really liked her so much. He tried so hard. He was so short, but never. He was a nice guy. He got another girl, but not her, right? He's so tiny. He was tiny. He was such a nice guy. Whatever happened to him? He was light skinned. He was like a little light skinned Mexican Joey Pesci without the murderous rage from Goodfellas, right? How'd you meet your man?
My
husband.
My clown.
Your man.
Back in the day, we actually met first time at Smart Bar, at the old Smart Bar before they remodeled it.
What's a Smart Bar?
You know what?
It's like the car.
I keep forgetting you're not here.
I'm in the suburbs. Right?
Yeah, you're like, what's a Smart Bar? A Smart Bar is the club in the basement of the Metro. So it's an old like how I said the Metro. That was very Indiana of me. So yeah, like a house club, and he's not a house guy. He's like a freaking metal guy. So yeah, but I was actually dating his friend at the time. He's still a good friend of ours.
Oh no,
so look at me. I know. I was so young. And then we just like kind of hooked up, and we moved to Florida together, and then came back, got married there, and came back, and there you go. Yeah. I wish it was like this like great. We just like hooked up, and that was it. You know, it wasn't sexy at all.
I wonder what I'm thinking what his if there's a different perspective on his side because I don't know.
Yeah, he's the romantic one. I'm just like very practical.
Like this works for me.
Yeah, I was like, it's cool. You're good. You're fine. Whatever. And he like remembers the day. He remembers like what I was wearing.
I'm over here December 12th. I forgot what I didn't.
Oh, so sweet. See, I'm just like, I don't remember. He knows the date we met.
I was going to ask my girlfriend today what I was wearing, but I don't remember what she was wearing. I think it was black. Oh, and the jeans. And she had the jeans. Okay, now I remember. I don't feel as bad.
Now.
Okay, because I didn't bring it up to you.
Mental
Because I
picture.
was like, what is it? What the fuck she was wearing? But, so, this is how I got, look, this, like I said, I don't use the apps, right? I use that to Tinder, and I fucked that ass, and I was like, I don't know if I want to do this, right? So I didn't use the apps. What I use is social media, right?
Okay.
So what I do is I add people you know, mutual friends. You get the suggestions. I add you if I think you're attractive. Like my thing was on Facebook is like, could this be somebody who can come to a show at this time? And it's a little bit different now, post-COVID kind of shows, podcasts. But before it was, would this person come to a show? Is this person a comic, related comic, or booker, or do I want to fuck them? Right. This was my.
Oh my god.
This is the
criteria for my Facebook friends, right? I guess family too, right? I wouldn't fuck my family.
Thank you. I was like,
No.
There's got to be a line here. That's so funny.
I never fuck my family. That's blood related. Anyways, I can't talk
I
about
want everyone
that.
to know that he used air quotes right then and there.
Oh wait, why did I use air quotes? No, actually, I've never fucked any blood related family.
Okay,
I shouldn't have used the air quotes. So now it makes it seem like I did.
God.
I think we can come back from this, James.
We've come back from worse, believe me.
Oh, here.
You're like, step family is A-okay.
Anyway,
Oh my god.
what were we just talking about? Step? Was that
Exactly.
the other podcast?
Yeah,
that was Anthony.
That was Tony.
Anthony fucked his stepdaughter. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He fucked his stepdad's daughter. His stepsister. Fucking, oh my God.
Jesus.
When he was 9, his 13-year-old stepsister took his virginity.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Right.
That's Okay.
Uh huh. Yeah, I had a similar story. I told him about beans. So, anyways.
What the fuck?
Hey, frijoles.
Bro.
Puerto Ricans have the best rice. But, anyways, I like how you.
That is true.
I'm like, thank you.
So, then this is how I date, right? So, I go on, so I add you, right?
Okay.
Now I pay attention. Sometimes your post. I'll look at your post. Oh, there's a post with you. I'm not going to necessarily like the post where it's obvious it's a thirst trap where a bunch of guys are going to post. It's going to be a little bit different. Like, oh, this is you and your family. Oh, this is you and your son. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Oh, this is, click on that one, like it or something. Wait.
This is like real strategic.
Yes. And then, this is what I did with Jack. I remember there was a post with her and her son. Liked. Didn't really comment. Now I'll watch your story, right? Because there's where my in is the story. Because I'm not gonna look thirsty at first and comment on your post on Facebook, because there's like all these other dudes. Oh, a girl posts something like, "Oh, I can't find a nice guy. I'll take you on a date." Disgusting. I hate when I see that stuff.
Disgusting. You've got morals. I love it.
So over the story, right? And I post something. You're doing something kind of interesting. First, I like or laugh, right?
Okay.
And that's it. And then maybe I'll wait a week or two. And now, and I see a different post. You're doing something that I might have an input. Or actually have something genuine to say about it. I'll reply to it, right? I was like, oh, what is that? Like, one of them was Jessica. So Jessica lives in Kenosha. Jessica's my girlfriend. They had the riots in Kenosha, and then she made some wings on an air fryer, right? I didn't know about these air fryers. They're pretty cool. She made some meatballs the other day, and I had some today. So she made some wings, and she posted something because she has a pistol, right? A Sig Sauer. And I was like, is that a Sig, right? And she's like, and responded to it, yes, right? So that was the first one. So I initiated some type of conversation. And I think there was something where, I don't know if you guys have been to Tennessee.
Yes.
But Tennessee, have you gone to the Dunkin' Donuts in Tennessee and tried they have sour cream donuts they don't have up here. They're delicious.
No, I've never had one.
If you go to Tennessee, get the sour cream donuts.
I'm
they don't have,
down.
yeah, they're
It's a plethora
delicious.
of information here on the Lobo Den.
They're delicious. So if you want to take a look at them, you could even go to my Instagram, and one of the pictures with Jessica in it, she's holding the sour cream donuts, and you see some cleavage. All right, so
To bring you back to December 12th when you grabbed her titties accidentally.
I saved her life. I almost killed her and saved her life at the same
kind
time.
of a hero.
The Mother's Day post, not the one with my mom, the one with her.
That was great.
So go to, how do you go to the other pictures? No. She's holding donuts. That's Portillo's. Oh, that's a funny. There, those sour cream donuts are fucking delicious, dude. So that's a funny.
How'd she get them?
Huh?
They say they don't do them up here.
We were in Tennessee.
Oh.
Oh, look at her shoes
Can't
she's
you
wearing.
read?
Look at her shoes.
Let me see.
I love those shoes she's wearing
Aww.
with the socks. I took that picture at her grandma's house.
You took that picture?
Go back to this other picture. Go left. We're at Portillo's, right? So I was at Portillo's.
Okay.
So that's a funny moment at Portillo's because whenever usually she calls me a simp. I'm a little bit of a simp for her, right? So whatever. Yeah, I am. I'm a simp, right? So.
Wait, I don't know this term.
Like.
Oh boy.
Sorry, guys, I'm old.
Hey, you're barely old.
All right, so there's like a dude, right? So I have there's like certain dudes will be like, all right, I'm gonna ghost this chick. She's gonna respond. I'm gonna play this game where I'm ghosting her. She's responding to me. I do my thing, and I have this chick. But with her, I'm very like, I'm a simp. Like, can I do whatever for my girl type of thing? Future.
Like nice?
So there's Future. Yeah.
Thank you.
So there's Future, right? Brian's. All right, someone who does way too much for a person. Like, all right, simp. There we go.
There we go.
I mean,
like
Brian,
the opposite of not a pimp.
What is it, Brian? I like
That's what it says.
Oh, that makes.
Nathan the pimp, you a simp.
I like. So Brian shows her. I bought her a car and a whole ass house, and we're not even dating. Okay, simp, simp shit like that, right?
In my day, we call that pussy whooped.
Yeah,
yes.
Pussy whooped. Yeah,
there we
yes.
go. I'm bringing back some old school lingo here.
She called me a simp the other day because I was, like I said, honesty, right?
I did not know.
I was putting in her son's birthday on my calendar, and then this other girl came up, like birthday, and I told her, hey, this thing came up, I deleted it. And like, who was that chick? And I was like, it was a chick who I was talking to who was engaged. And she's like, you saved her birthday? And she's like, your friends are right, you are a simp, right? And I was like, yeah, I did engage chick.
You thought they were gonna break up, right?
Stupid. What I should have done. What you
catch
do?
That, James? He's like,
What a simp. I was being
real
a simp.
subtle.
Like,
I remember it because we were at Navigator. I remember when that was going on.
yeah, like I should have just done what I had to do because she's probably just looking for some side action, smashed a few times, but then I was like, wait, hold on.
You had feelings.
Let me simp it up a little bit.
Let me simp.
She's different. No, she's not different. She has 2 kids and she's engaged. Chill the fuck out. And she had like not bipolar, but so severe something depression disorder. Yeah, I was like, no. You live and learn, right? I was still learning. Anyways, when I told Jessica, I was like, I was practicing for you. I was practicing.
This whole thing is learning.
It was a learning curve, right? So, anyways.
Was it a curve or was it just a straight line down?
No, I've learned, but
okay.
But anyways, Portillo's. I was at This was funny. The simp. This is what I'm saying. The simp for her. So she knows that whenever she asks for something, she's like, "Hey, can you get me something?" I get it right away. Like, oh, the remote, the TV's on. I go turn it off. Or I'm hungry. I grab it right away. Right. And then she's like, "Hey, we're at Portillo's. We're eating, right?" Mm-hmm. And then it's funny because she's like, "Hey, can you get me some ketchup?" And I'm like, quickly go to the bag to get ketchup. I can't help her, right? Simp. So I quickly go for the bag. She's like, "Can you get me some ketchup?" Right? And then I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "For my hot dog." And I was like, "Oh." And then she saw the reaction I had.
You were defeated.
Because it was like, no, I was pissed. You know what I mean? Because I went from simp to like, because I was like, "Can you get me?" She was like, "What do you try to say? Let's try to recreate it."
Recreate it.
All right, we're eating, right?
Babe, can you get me some ketchup?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
for my hot dog.
What the fuck? Like, I can't act. But it was like, I was like, wait, what? I was so and she did it on purpose, right? She did it on purpose because she knew that I was gonna simp out. And then she was like, for my hot dog. She wasn't putting it on her hot dog. She was just messing with me because she knew I was gonna simp out for the thing. And then she threw the hot dog thing. And I was like, look, bitch.
Wait, can we talk about hot dogs?
Chicago style hot dog, you don't put ketchup on it. But if you're gonna get a hot dog with just mustard and ketchup, or you're gonna barbecue, it's fine. What are you gonna say? You're from Indiana, right? You're from Indiana, so what? I don't know what do you put meth on your hot dogs? What?
Corn husk? I don't know. No. I'm sorry. I've always eaten hot dogs with ketchup.
Regular. It's fine. Regular hot. In my opinion, a Chicago style hot dog you shouldn't put ketchup on.
But then you get all that pickle juice. You gotta it needs some.
And you can people can put whatever they want on their hot dogs. I don't care. You know what I mean? Yeah, they can.
I feel like you care a lot.
It would bother me like it did. It bothered me. It was like instinctual. I couldn't help it. I was like, wait, what are you doing?
I don't know if this relationship's gonna work out.
I was like, ketchup.
I don't know how I feel about you.
You know what I mean? I hate mayonnaise in weird ways. I get it. You know what I mean? Like her uncle, he's white, her step uncle, and his motherfucker eats peanut butter and mayonnaise sandwiches.
What the
no,
fuck?
see, you took it too far now.
That was it. I was like, and I'm a mayonnaise
Don't
freak.
put that on us, dude.
Yeah, that's not the white in it.
Like I eat mayonnaise tacos. I get a Milagro tortilla, put mayonnaise and tapatio on them all day. Love them, right? I love mayonnaise. When I was doing keto, I was like, oh, mayonnaise was a great thing for like high fat and whatever. So I was like, Mayonnaise
Just
it up.
eating it
Sometimes
up.
I would have teaspoons of mayonnaise, you know. I'm not gonna, like, I made her a sandwich the other day. I had too much mayonnaise. She's like, this is too much. And she's white. She's like, this is too much mayonnaise for me. And I was like, I love me some motherfucking mayonnaise. So anyways, right? So then I replied to the story, right?
You're killing me.
So I replied to her story about the gun or something
Okay.
like that. And now, all
So
right.
like she's packing heat. She's hot. I mean, you're like turned on.
Yeah, I'm turned on.
You're feeling all this.
So now she's going to Tennessee, and she posts about the sour cream donuts. And now I comment, right? This is the first time I come out of the shadows and I go in public to show.
You're making yourself sound so creepy, dude.
I don't care. I mean, yeah. What are you
Stealth
gonna do?
mode, bro. Incognito tab on my phone.
I can't be anything but honest, right? So then, what are you gonna do? So then, I come out, and one of the reasons is to show that, hey, I'm not just some creeper in your DMs who's just trying to smash. Like, look, I'm okay being seen.
I still
by
want
your
to smash,
friends and family,
but
yeah.
I'm ready to put my face on public.
Yeah. So I go and I comment about, you know, get me a donut or something. She's like, who wants it? Something about the sour cream donut, right?
Okay.
All right. So now, you know, you watch, right? And it's not like I wasn't sort of, you know, other women at the same time. I'm doing stuff. And then I see she's going to Tennessee, and it's up. This was kind of a genuine. This kind of threw me off, right? Because she posted something, and then she was leaving to Tennessee, and it looked, she was actually at a gas station on the way there because she just got some iced coffee, right? And said something from Dunkin' Donuts. You're drinking iced coffee. She's addicted to iced coffee, but you have a metal straw, so be very careful with that because that did impale a woman in Great Britain. So pull it up. Women impaled in Great Britain by. That's why I get silicone straws. Actually, no, I don't. I love. I only use paper straws.
Yeah.
No, plastic straws. Right.
I like to kill sea life. It's cool.
That's one of the reasons she liked me, right? Because we were at the sushi place on our first date, and I made a big scene about paper straws because I hate fatal accident with metal straw. Yeah.
What?
What the fuck?
Because think about it. Think about if you're drinking and you kind of fall, or if you're going
pierced her eye.
forward.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
You know, just think
Sorry, I'm
about
a speed reader. I just cut to the part.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Holy shit.
She died of COVID. But think about it. Let's say if you fall or stumble or something happens, you know, the metal straw could. I was at Marshall's, right, or Ross. They have great deals.
They do.
They do, and they had a silicone straw.
Okay.
And I was like, and I bought them at the moment because at the moment I was into other stuff, and I was like, wait a second. I know what I could use this for because it's soft, right? Let's say if I bought it for my cousin and my cousin would put it up his nose, he could put it pretty high and it'd be soft, not like a straw would be sharp. And it's like, for my cousin. And I was like, so I saw those silicone straws. But then I did think, like, for people who use metal straws, maybe silicone too, because of that, it's going to be safer. But I like paper straws. Like, we got not an argument, but we were at that sushi place on our first date, and I made a big deal. I was like, they don't have plastic straws. Why are they paper? Like, we're saving that. We're eating fish, right? It's all fish. I'm sure they probably have turtle soup there or something. It's a Japanese place. They kill all kinds of crazy stuff. They kill dolphins, right? Have you seen The Cove, right? Whatever it's called. They kill fucking dolphins, right? And you have a paper fucking straw there, and it melts. I hate paper straws so much. So, and it was really bothering me. And she liked it. My passion about the paper straws. She told me, like, I knew you were the one, or something like that.
Wait, because you wanted a paper straw, or you wanted a plastic?
I wanted a plastic straw, right? And when they brought our alcohol,
so confused, right?
when they brought my whiskey had a fucking plastic straw in it. So why are we using a paper straw for my other drink if you have plastic straws? Like, what are you doing? I hate paper straws. I hate paper straws.
But yeah, paper straws are gross.
Look, would you put this in water? Like, it doesn't make any sense, right? No. Paper should not go in water. They should not, unless it's an acid tab or something. I don't do drugs.
That's his cousin, everyone. Just his cousin.
Yeah. Actually, I have a lot of cousins I know that do drugs. Cousins, friends. But anyways, so then...
This is the best story ever.
Now I comment. Right?
Okay.
Comment.
Because she's going to Tennessee.
Oh, now I'm now legit confused because we're at the same time zone, basically. Or Tennessee's an hour forward when you get there. Mm-hmm. But I see, it looks like she's in daylight. And I'm like... What? And I'm looking outside. She just left. It's like, and I'm like, what's the time difference over there? Like, what's going on? And she's like, what? I didn't realize she was, just because of the view or the angle, she was under the gas station and the bright lights made it look like it was daylight to me. And it wasn't. And then she was driving. So then I sent her a message, but then she sent me a video back because she was driving, right? So she doesn't want to be typing. And then we drive it. And then this is one of the things that happens. She's driving by herself to go to Tennessee to visit family. So, it was perfect because then for the few hours, we kind of video chatted back and forth at her Snap. So that's when we kind of started our first
Look at that
conversation at her on Snap. And the reason I was up, I was up late editing the podcast. So then a few weeks later, I'm up late editing the podcast again. She's out with her friend, and then they're out having drinks, and I see that she's out, and then I'm like, oh, she's up. So then I reply to her story on Snap. I say something, right? Mm-hmm. And then I'm like, we bring up, because we brought up hanging out at one point, right?
Okay.
But I tell her this, I didn't want to hang out with her because in the back of my head I thought there's something that there could be potentially more here than just hooking up. So that's the reason I didn't want to hang out. I kept avoiding it because I was like, there seems to be more, and I was like, I don't know if I'm ready for that. I think I want to be a hoe for a little bit more. All right?
Can't keep this hoe down. I'm not ready to simp. I'm trying to pimp.
So yeah, I was trying to pimp, right? And I was like,
I'm getting you a T-shirt that says "Simp for life."
Simp for life.
Yeah.
So then I was like, but then whatever. She was up, and I messaged. I was like, you know what? Let's. And I was like, what are you doing tomorrow, right? And then she's like, I don't know. So it's like, and I said something like, if you could eat anything tomorrow, what would you eat? Seafood. I was like, all right, I'll pick you up at 7. And then we ended up hanging out because there was 2 guys talking to her. Me, I'm sure there's other guys, but there was another guy she was going to hang out with. This guy was messaging her like, hey, I want to hang out, but I don't have a car. I don't know exactly what to do. Can you just pick me up or something like that? And this and that, you know what I mean? And she was at a point where there was earlier in her life, she would maybe hang out with dudes like this and try to save her and save people. So then she was like, you know what? I'm going to hang out with this guy, me, right? I'm going to take whatever. What do you want? What do you want to eat? I came at her like that. Versus the other dude was
with the plan.
Yeah, the other dude was like, oh, actually, and also he was talking to her. He was like, oh, but I'll message you back in a little bit. My mom's coming. Oh, and I have social anxiety. And he's like, well, you can, at least for a first date, take an Uber, get a ride. But he's like, you pick me up, please. So then I picked her up, take the sushi, grabbed her tip. How'd you get started producing? How'd you get started producing Las Locas? You're a producer of Las Locas.
I love this great transition here.
Comedy. The
comedies.
Number 1 Latina or Latin. It's Latinx now, right? I say Latin.
I know we always talk about that. Say what you want. The words for anybody.
All right. Latina X
/ whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. No, we started that 4 years ago. I can't believe we've been doing it for 4 years.
Who was it? Was it you? How did it start?
Originally, it was Soli and I.
Okay.
And then Soli left a couple years ago, and then Jess
another
came
Puerto
on board.
Rican.
I know, the Puerto Rican. And then I brought on a Mexican, and we just, you know how it is. I don't know. You've produced shows before, obviously. Or have you not?
I have, and I'm trying to think. I've never.
I sound so defeated. I'm like, you produced shows before.
No, it sucks. It fucking sucks. It's great.
James knows.
It's great, and it sucks at the same time.
Thank
the worst thing in the world.
It is literally the worst.
It's the worst. It's so when it's done and it's successful, it feels so good. But before, oh god, it fucking sucks.
Yeah, and we kept having problems with venues, and we'd go to a place and then the place would shut down, and it's it's a whole thing. And then it's just I dig what we're doing. I think it was, and I still think it's important because I really try to give space to female comedians, non-binary, femme, however you want to say it. How am I rolling my eyes? Sorry, I believe in this, but just a lot. I know it sounded like I'm like blah, blah. No, I'm gonna lose my feminist card tonight, 100%. But no, I just. Because people say too, why
puff that.
That was hilarious. Yeah, that people were like, "Why did you start this?" I was like, "I started it because I needed a spot for myself." Let's be honest.
Well, that's how most shows. CYSK. That's how that started.
Yeah, I'm putting myself up. Sorry, I'm just starting. I don't know how to get in front of people. Mm-hmm. Let's produce a show. I'm glad it's filled a niche and a spot for people. But like you said, it's a lot of work.
Oh, you guys had Selena on one of your shows.
Yes, Selena was there. Yeah, she came back out of 95. Yeah, and then we did the Puff Puff Laugh show. That was great. We did a couple of Zoom shows with the Greater Ravenswood Chamber of Commerce. That was cool. And then so we tried to stay busy during Rona. I started a separate podcast, or 2 separate podcasts. We did the Las Locas live on Facebook. We did our monthly shows, and then now we're live again, and then still trying to live stream it. So cause we're just trying to what is that word? Try to balance people who want to stay home still and people want to come out, and then just figuring out when the law is going to change.
Have you really bad shows. Oh, she's improv,
Jessica,
right?
Yeah, she's great. I've had bad one show. Strangely, when we were talking. Yeah, that was one of the shows that wasn't like amazing. There was like one show that was just not good, and I was so pissed. It was just a weird mix of people I booked. I don't know. The energy was super low. That was like one of the last times we were at that specific venue too. So yeah, it's not always a hit. I say more times out of 10. More times out of 10 that made no sense. 9 times out of 10, we're good. My whole thing is if everybody else had a good time, but when they don't, then I'm like defeated and want to like quit comedy.
Let me be sexist.
Yes, I'm out of here.
Let me see sexist for a second. I feel women are more organized, right? In my experience, they're always on notes, on point. Like the friends I've had, female comedians, actually, not that one, but I just thought of one. But like super prepared. Yeah. Versus, I remember my friend. She I guess attacked me a little bit. She's a comedian friend. She was like about my preparedness level for certain things versus her. Like, look, she had everything planned out. And no, she showed me it was an Instagram post of a female comedian. Like everything was planned out. Post words for verse versus like, I don't know, dudes are disgusting.
But you guys get booked all the time, so there you go. Hey yo, pew pew pew, stop being sexist. Yeah. No, but I mean that's what I'm saying. It's like it goes back to like we have to kind of work so much harder to just we're here. And I'm sure you as men are like, well, we're getting booked, but it's still you see lineups where it's like 6 dudes and 1 chick. It's like okay.
And it is. When I was producing, it was harder like to get like when I did these shows in Waukegan, right? And I remember all those shows. Like when I was trying to get certain female comedians, they were all booked because there is a smaller pool. It's true. Of female, so it's hard to sometimes get them because it's like book.
And so, a lot of times they're double booked.
Yeah.
So it's you're really fighting for those spots. Yeah.
100%. But then there's other people I know who are like feature level, but they have kids. I mean, so you have this whole thing kind of already working against you, and also the scene just is kind of, especially like open mics and stuff. Like you're out super late. What if you got a kid and husband at home? I don't care. My husband's like, go out, get some space, bitch. No, I'm just joking. Why are you here? No, he doesn't say that. I'm the one who's like, I'm leaving. But I'm just saying there's certain things that work against women from like a safety issue too.
I have a question actually about like open mics in general, because like that's like the gateway to comedy. Like you don't start out getting booked at showcases for nothing, right? Yeah,
I started yesterday. Right? Book me a Laugh Factory. Yeah.
But like how has, I don't even know if you're like doing mics still, but how has like the mic scene changed in regards to like women's safety and all that in the last few years? Because like if it gets better, more women will be able to do comedy and like progress. Like, is it better than it was before, or like?
I mean, I was just going to very specific ones where I was like, I know people there.
Sure.
But when I first started it, for me, I guess I also started late. So later, I wasn't, again, being married. I just like wasn't there for like the fuckery of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's very much like a scene. It could be very cliquey, right?
Yeah.
But then I was hearing about these things that were happening, and I'm like, okay, that's fucked up, and some drugging thing. And, like there was a bunch of stuff that was going on, like
Brian O'Shea.
4 or 5 years ago. Oh shit! He's just dropping names. Okay.
Why would you say that name?
Old school, baby.
Wait, was that the guy?
No, he was a creep.
There was a couple of things, right? There was
he was like trying to fight people and shit.
Yeah, and he like we got into it at Alex Montelongo's show in Cermak or whatever. Right? It was in Cermak, right? At the Chamber of Commerce show.
Oh, I
think it's 7 because it's like he was always cool with me, so I was like, all right, give him the benefit of the doubt. Like I hear things, but I'm not sure what to believe. And I remember I saw it on stage. He started kind of like going at Alex's wife when he was on stage in a shitty way, and I was like, oh, and it wasn't in a funny type of way, and it was like it was in a manipulative, like I'm doing this on purpose to try to fuck with you. And it's like, I get it sometimes where you're trying to do a joke, it comes out shitty and well, but you're trying and you fucked up. I get it. But it wasn't
it seemed intentional.
It seemed intentional. I
remember the name now. I remember there was a bunch of shit on Facebook and he was creeping people out. Yeah. So, sorry.
Then, he would
Don't come after me, bro.
Like he would get,
I don't know nobody.
Like, and Riddles, right? Like if you'd go to Riddles Comedy Club, people would put their names and phone number and ask to get booked, and he would get the numbers, start messaging girls and stuff like that. Stuff like that. Yeah.
That was a minute ago, but that was a lot. That was like one of a couple different instances of people kind of getting harassed, and then just, yeah. So back to, to James' question, I don't know. I think that's great. Maybe we needed this reset with coronavirus. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I've been hearing a lot, people do like the online mics. I know it's weird, but it's like kind of like if you're home, you're working something out, you're probably getting the same feedback online that you were at a mic anyway.
Yeah, mics can be really bad.
But everyone's in their own notebook writing, not paying attention. So it's like at least you get a couple more laughs and, and you can kind of hear it, record it, and see what was working or not. So because actually I was just talking about that today on a Facebook group about, I hope they keep that up. Because it is different for women. You can just hop on. You don't have to be there for 2 hours to maybe get up and get bumped 35 times. And I get it that a lot of people are like, that's just how it is. You got to pay your dues. And it's like, cool, except that some people just can't. And so those people are very talented and we're like putting up all these barriers. I don't know. I don't believe in gatekeepers. So it's a whole other thing. So yeah, it's unfortunate because there's some really funny ass women out there that are like, I can't be out at this bar till 2 a.m. by myself,
That makes sense. Yeah, I never thought about it that way.
Yeah.
Like that, never thought. Like I've thought, like sometimes you get, like you get a female's perspective. I was like, oh, because I forget. Like I don't have to worry about, like, if I go somewhere, I can walk.
People don't fuck with you. Right.
Nobody fuck with me.
Like even here, parking my car, I was like, I got to watch out. People are getting carjacked. Like just in general, there's just a level of fear we have wherever we go since we were born. And I don't know if you guys really understand that. I'm laughing, but I'm crying inside.
I understand it because I'm married.
Right. See, I know.
I see it every day.
Right? No, and like, even sometimes I got to check my husband. He's like, he's like, you have brought that so much to my attention. Like when I clutch my purse, I do something. I'm like, it's anybody. I'm afraid of women. Like I'm afraid of everybody.
Somebody gave me.
Old granny's trying to jack me. I don't know.
A comedian gave me a good perspective. I think it was Caitlin. Fuck. Polish. I'm assuming it's some type of Slavic name, right? I don't know if it's Polish or not. Let's assume in Chicago. Let's assume it's Polish. Is she Polish?
Let's assume. I don't know.
Lithuanian.
It's definitely white with a capital H.
Slavic. How much? But look. Oh, that's a bad reference.
Yeah, that's not accurate at all.
Oh, he's not. Yeah, you're right. And he's a Jew. So, anyways, but look. She gave me a good perspective, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if she had a bit or something about somebody telling her to smile, right?
Oh God.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's like, and I didn't get it, right? I didn't get the perspective. Like, I don't, I'm like, what's the big deal? Because like me, I kind of there was a point where I would force myself to smile. If I'm in a bad mood, I'd smile at people, and I'm forced. But I'm a dude, right?
Right.
So it doesn't matter. She's like, and she explained it to me this way. Like, what if it was a big dude, big, taller, heavier than you? Maybe gay dude who would want to do stuff with you or rape you, and he's telling you to smile, right? And I was like, oh, I never thought about it that way. You know what I mean? Like it's somebody else that has this power over you, and they're like, come on, smile for me. And like, I was like, oh, and then it clicked,
that's
right?
Certain things
clicked, and it clicked. I was like, oh, I get it, right? Because something like even if I get in arguments with my girlfriend when she says, it's like, what if it went the other way? What if I was DMing girls or something, blah blah blah. That I used to fuck, and I was like, "Oh, I get it now, right?" And sometimes I have to hear
mirror back to you.
Sometimes you have to as a dude, you have to be the other person. Like you don't see because I don't live it. You know what I mean? And then when you see certain things, like they help me see that perspective. It's like, oh, like I don't.
So those things are like built in. They're all like just there. They're kind of obstacles we have to overcome. So it's like it's extra.
Yeah.
It's other shit we got to worry about.
And an AR-15 is not an assault rifle, by the way.
But I can't carry that with me.
I mean, there was a thing. Well, because today I didn't get an argument, but she was like, my girlfriend was like, do you have, I was like, what's the name of that the assault rifle you have? And I was like, what did you call it? I was like, I have an AR-15. It's a semi-automatic sporting pistol. It's not an assault rifle. I was like, what do you see? And then, so we got into this big thing. Not big thing about it. I was like, don't call it an assault rifle. And people... All right, what? Sorry, well, I just wanted to tangent. I was thinking about women, pepper spray, concealed carry.
Thank you.
Let's try. I want to try.
Amendment. Second. No. Well, no. I think we need to talk about that more.
Equalize. Because it's like it's a lot of people, equalizer.
Yeah, I think people would think that I am. I'm super lefty McLefterson. But I believe in guns.
Like I'd like my mom or my sister at least have a pepper. Well, not a pepper spray because I pistol
sprays on yourself.
No, because every family member or girl I've ever given a pepper spray to, they never have it. It's at the house or another purse. Really it's pointless, right? And I was like, oh mom, do you have the pepper spray? Yes. hanging by the key thing at the house.
Yeah, thank
or
you.
in my other purse. So it's like, oh, what is this? The burner.
So this is something. This came up in like my Facebook ads
this
or
could be
whatever.
sexual.
But this is fucking dope, actually. So this is called the Burna, and it's a non-lethal, or less lethal, gas-operated pepper ball launcher.
Don't pull that up around fucking 5-0 though. You're getting shot.
So for sure, dude. But like,
don't point
looks
guns
like
at
a-
police.
sure. But
Just comply. How does
apparently, like, and I'm sure this is all just advertising bullshit, and you got to check with your local laws and stuff. But there's no permit required to own it because it's
Don't
not
check,
technically a
just
gun.
that work? Just
Yeah.
assume
Don't
you're
do
right.
You don't need a concealed carry license to walk around with it.
Oh, look at her.
What is she, bird watching?
Yeah,
What's
she's
going
ready.
on?
But like, so like,
Oh,
in-
she's hiking. That's smart. 'Cause
Exactly.
women get killed.
Like,
we can't
if-
even enjoy nature.
She has the
It's
look
so fucked
of
up.
a chick in those what are those vagina commercials? It's either herpes, or like birth
Vagina
control where like women are
commercials.
very active. They're
Right,
outdoor,
and they're
yeah,
just like, it's probably period stuff.
But yeah, there's definitely other methods that exist that
Right.
can help you that won't kill a person. Guns are fucking cool as hell, though, I gotta say.
This is cool. I like this because I was always looking for a different because there's other.
Burna, please sponsor us.
I think they're exactly. Hi, Berna. I think like
Let's have a laser.
Yeah, you can
I
like.
think if people would be more okay with like adjusting the laws a little bit, I think you'd have a lot more women wanting to carry. I think this whole association with like I love this video. This whole association with like mass shooting has like turned us off from it.
Right.
But the truth is like
I think any
We
woman
in a-
under 5'5" should be handed a gun mandatorily.
you can't. I'm sorry, dude. Like, listen, I fancy myself a tough chick. You can't go hand to hand with the dude. Sorry. Like, men are just naturally more strong.
Have you been in fights?
Can you believe I've never been in a fight?
No, because you're Puerto Rican.
Right.
So. I was like,
But have I
"You're
stabbed a
like-"
bitch? Yes, I have. No, I'm just joking. No, I'm a big shit talker. I'm 100%. I can admit this. I'm 100% a shit talker. But when it comes to it, I'll be like, yo, why we beefing? Like, I just like, I come all
The
hard.
logic comes in.
Yeah, and then I'm like, man, peace, love. Like, we'll end up hugging by the end. Because, that's just me. But I'm a bird. I flap. Oh, this motherfucker, what? And then
I hate
then we're
birds.
friends at the end. I hate birds.
No, I like you.
You hate Puerto Ricans? Why?
I like you. I know actual birds. Because they're. Have you ever looked at the bird's eyes? Like if you look at them, they're soulless monsters. If you
wanna
look
kill
real,
you.
Birds aren't real; they're drones.
They used to be dinosaurs, right?
Right.
They
100.
used to be dinosaurs. Are you a religious person?
No, I grew up Catholic, though.
Oh, me too.
That's why we're here tonight talking about.
Because look, I feel with Catholics, at least with Christians, they read the Bible and stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
Catholics, it's like we go to church.
Eat fish on Fridays.
You know what I mean? Like my mom's still like for a few years I was an atheist, right? I'm more agnostic now, and sometimes
I love it.
religious.
You like all whispered it for a few years.
Yeah, but it was like hardcore. Where like I felt like, oh, this is the truth, and I got all aggressive. Like I argued with my grandma about religion. You're wrong,
Grandma
idiot.
alone.
And she was like, well, you're still Catholic, so
Right. I don't care what you say.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like
I'm doing a rosary for you tonight.
You're Catholic.
I don't give a shit what you say.
Yeah, exactly. Right? My mom will call me on Fridays during Lent, and she's like, make sure you didn't eat meat. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot to.
Because you're eating that hot dog with ketchup on it. I'm just joking.
What? No.
What?
No.
He's very agitated.
I don't.
Did you do the whole thing? Like all the
No, I never been
sacraments and all
molested
that?
by a priest.
No, jeez, not the whole thing. Damn. I love it. That's like check mark. Is that like the 8th sacrament?
Somebody was
so
talking about
horrible.
that, like how we think
Going to hell.
it's so normal to say like priest. It's like
I know.
it's just
Isn't
like
that
it's
horrible?
a thing. It is horrible. I heard that.
I think that's my biggest. It was obviously because I'm such a feminist. Also, I was like, ooh, this religion hates women and kids, and so I was like, I can't just be a part. I can't be a part of it.
I did like the chips. The Jesus chip they
I
would
like
give you. I was
the
so
wafers.
yeah. Oh, I
They have
love
like
it.
no taste like paper.
Something
They're
about it. I
delicious
loved
paper.
it. Yeah, I love that paper. You know what I mean? I want Jesus chips, not fucking paper straws in my mouth.
Chips.
I would call them Jesus chips. Oh, they were so like when I became not confirmed. I was never confirmed. I got
Okay.
baptized.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Did you first communion?
I did my first communion when I was 16. I was like me. I was like,
He's a late bloomer over
yeah,
here.
you do it young, right? I did my first communion.
I'm
I was
surprised you didn't do it all at the
16.
same time then, because
And then I should have done confirmation, but
Yeah.
then that guy died. My step or my God father or whatever.
No, I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at that. It's just that you just quit. You're like, oh, forget it.
Like,
I thought you were going to say the priest died. I'm like, there's other priests.
Well, there was a point where I didn't have to go to church anymore and I was old enough.
Yeah.
And then I was like, what? First it started where I would go, but I would show up late,
right.
leave early. I'd stop standing up when they asked her to stand up and stuff. Like, as soon as I heard the because it went to that, and then it went to me being like, man, I'm not going. And then once I stopped going, I didn't go for a while. Then I went for a few months with this one.
Sorry, I think I just burped.
I didn't
microphone. Thinking about those paper Jesus checks.
But now they have a Mexican version with the cajete in the middle. Or no, it's like a caramel type thing in the middle. You can get them at the Mexican store.
Stop.
With the link card.
Shut, you're lying.
Do you have any last words or plugs?
I don't know what the hell we just did, but it was amazing. No, please follow Las Locas Comedy on all the socials. We'll be back in June 19th.
Do you have a TikTok?
No, I'm too old for TikTok.
No, get a TikTok.
Damn. I had a Friendster, bro. I had a Friendster. I'm an OG.
Bro, I had MySpace too.
I had MySpace.
It's all good.
Friendster.
I know. I dabble with Friendster for a sec.
What was that blog before
that was
MySpace?
The first
I had
one.
Zanga.
Well, yeah, I had a Zanga.
I had Zanga.
Okay,
I had a MySpace.
Hell yeah.
Okay, somebody has to show me how to do the tiki-takis. That's what I
Do you know how to use Instagram Reels?
Yeah.
That's TikTok.
Okay, damn. All right, sorry. I think I reserved my name.
Get a TikTok.
Get a TikTok. And like, cause some of that stuff on there, like I said, blows up like that.
Yeah.
Like
I know.
Hundreds of thousands of views.
I have
on the tiki-taki.
One of my videos here has over 500,000 views.
It's crazy, dude.
Shit.
What
do you put up there?
I just put up clips of the podcast. Me personally. I'm not a dancer. I'm not a lip singer. You know what I mean? Like, I don't do that
Your
stuff.
old Snapchat.
You know what I mean?
Screenshots.
I'm just an old school good pervert.
Simp.
A pervert with a heart of gold. You know what I mean?
My favorite simp.
Pervy with the heart of gold.
So you'll get a TikTok.
Okay. I love that. I left here with like assignments. Okay.
Yeah, we always promote the TikToks. I'm gonna push it to my left. James, you plug yourself.
If you want to start a podcast and you want it to look great, but you don't want to pay a shitload of money, hit me up at People of Comedy Network on Instagram or Facebook.com/People of Comedy, or hit me up personally on Instagram at Aclysm, ACLYSM. I swear to God, the South by Southwest video is probably out right now. It's out now. When does this come out?
I think 3 weeks.
Cool, 3 weeks. Fucking the end of May. The South by Southwest video that we did will be out on People of Comedy's YouTube channel. Please watch it. 5 of the best comedians in the world, let alone Chicago, are on it. It was great. I'm very proud of it. I'm very proud of all of them. Please watch that. Hire me. I have a drone to film all your shit from the sky. Hey. I will have my pilot's license by now because, again, the cops did stop me by Wrigley Field and almost call me a terrorist because I was flying during Cubs game, which is not smart.
P.S. Don't do that.
And apparently you need a pilot's license to operate one, which I didn't know. I thought you just needed
I had no idea.
A commercial license. But
they keep changing the laws.
It's crazy. I mean, if you have to get a license to own a gun, you should have to, or drive a car, you should have a license to fly a weapon in the air, I guess. But I mean, a drone, you could like hurt people with it. So
it's true, or be a perv.
Yeah, or that
violate their privacy.
But definitely hit me up if you want to hire me to do stuff. This is how I make all my money. Please hire me, for God's sake.
It's like, please. It's been rough.
All right, follow Lobo Podcast on Instagram, TikTok now, Lobo Podcast. Join the Patreon. Give me a rating. DM me. First Monday of the month, Zany's Chicago. What is it called? Mezcal Mondays, Ojo de Tigre Tequila. And you were on our first show, right?
Second.
What, really?
Yeah.
You were on the first show? Who the hell was on the...
Soli, Abby.
Okay, you were on the second show.
Yeah, it was the second one.
Was it the one we just did?
The one we just did.
Oh.
Dude, where have you been? we here?
I know. I've been busy. Almost
Simpin'.
Lobo Den podcast and abolish the income tax.
Yes,
Lobo Den.
That's my mom, Carmen. She comments on everything.
Oh, she is?
Good luck. Love you, Hardy, sweetie.
Oh, that's so cute. Oh, look, Mars Timms I just saw.
I love it.
All right.
Lobo Den, Lobo Den, Lobo Den. Lobo Den, Lobo Den, Lobo Den.